Yes, team, we did it. We got 13 RX6600s on this 13 GPU mining motherboard. This is ASRock Q270 Pro BTC Plus. We got there. Now, it was a little bit of a journey, and I thought I'd just share some things that I did well and some things I didn't do as well, just to help you guys if you're setting up the same motherboard. So, look, it's great. I've got this up and running, 13 GPUs, mining a lithium, and making around 30 Aussie dollars a week on this. So really happy, profitable, making a tidy profit every week. And my electricity costs are coming down slowly. I've got the solar panels. So I've got a really good low cost of electricity. And with the mining profits creeping up a little bit, starting to feel like we are starting to get into that, back into that space where a lot more algorithms and coins become more profitable, and we'll start to hopefully make a bit more money. So what were my big, I guess, mistakes with setting up this 13 GPU mining motherboard? Well, number one for me was not downloading the instructions. So up to now, I've pretty much mined on these like gaming sort of ATX mining motherboards. Particularly, I would say Z390s, Z590s, and the AMD, like the B450 Gaming Plus motherboards, and they've been great for me. I've got one over here, mining 10 RTX 3070s over here, and been really, really solid. However, this was a new, I guess, experiment for me, which is using a mining specific motherboard, and this 13 GPU, you know, it's got all the slots in there ready to go. You don't have to use any like riser splits or anything. You just plug them all straight in there, which is fantastic. So, but my big mistake was definitely not downloading the instructions. So when I first set this up, I think I got one GPU running, and I showed everyone that, and that was great. Then I pretty much added, I think I added 2 or 3 GPUs, and that was running fine. And then I went gangbusters and I added all 13 GPUs. And back to that screen earlier I showed you here, I was getting a lot of red blocks on the PCIs. The motherboard shows you, if any of these is not working, it's red as opposed to green. So getting those 13 green PCI slots on the ASRock, I guess the opening sort of BIOS thing to check it's all working, that was a massive win for me, but it took a long time to get there. Now, because I didn't download the instructions for this mining motherboard, and it sounds, you know, so obvious, but what I didn't realize, and I've never used these motherboards before, is there is some extra, there's 2 Molex power connectors. So there's one in there. Let me zoom in so you can see. So in there, there's a Molex power connector, 4-pin Molex. There's another one over here as well. And then there's a SATA connector over there. So 1, 2, 3. Now, when you download the instructions, it's in big and bold. I think it's on page 11 or section 11 of the ASRock Q270 mining motherboard. In big and bold, it says if you're going to run more than 3 GPUs, you must get the auxiliary power in there to help power up all the PCIe lanes and slots for all the cards to go into. Because I didn't do that, I was getting a lot of cards failing, between 3 and 4 cards failing. Reading the instructions as well, it said you can actually damage the motherboard or even damage your cards. So I was finding I was, again, spending a lot of time as you do with mining. Things weren't working, so I changed the risers, changed the cables, switched things around. I changed the power supply. So I spent like a day or two doing all the usual problem solving things with, you know, when a motherboard or GPU is not working. And I really couldn't figure it out. So I downloaded the instructions, and boom, I found what the answer was, getting these auxiliary powers onto this 13 GPU mining motherboard. However, I did that, and then I found the motherboard still wouldn't power on, GPUs were still failing. I was moving GPUs around, so it felt like a specific GPU wasn't working. So I really started to get worried that I might have damaged a GPU. And they just wouldn't work. There was 2 or 3 GPUs which essentially were looking like they were dead. They weren't firing up. So what I did, I took those GPUs across to my test bench, and I had to actually reinstall the drivers on those GPUs. So I actually got very close to damaging some hardware. So again, my mistake, I got very lucky because I actually was able to save those GPUs. I don't know how close I got to actually damaging one permanently, but I reloaded the drivers, got them back on, and then they were working. And I basically just took all the GPUs off. I started again, putting a couple on, worked fine. I did 5 or 6, worked fine, and 13 came through. All 13 slots are green, and I was really, really relieved. But yeah, definitely a big learning for me. Make sure you read the instructions, or just watch my video, and then you just need to get the auxiliary power onto these. And to be honest, once I did that, things have been working really, really smooth. This rig's been running, apart from when I just turned off a minute ago to show you guys, has been running for about, I think over a week now, maybe 10 days, without a blip. Been running really smooth. I like the Alephium algorithm. It doesn't feel too fussy. You know, to be honest, I have had a few overclock issues, which I'll talk about in a minute. But overall, really happy with this rig, mining really smoothly, making about 30 Aussie dollars a week. So really starting to build up some profitability. I'm just going to stack a bit of a bag of Alephium to start with. I feel like the price has probably got some upwards movement in it. This is not financial advice, but just my personal thinking. So I'm going to bag a little bit of Alephium, and then probably another 2 or 3 weeks I'll start selling some off just to pay for my electricity costs, etc. So yeah, going really well there. So I guess for me now, what I want to try and do, and let's just come across here and look at the screen. So we're mining here. We are mining just under 8,000 mega hash, and yeah, we've got the 12 GPUs in here. I have actually got, you can see, probably at the top there, I've got 11 MSI, all the same cards, RX6600s, the mech ones. And I've also got 2 RX6600 XTs there, MSI again. The only reason I think all the same cards is because I was playing around with those cards that weren't working. I actually put these XTs on there and they worked fine, and I just haven't been bothered, and they're working fine, to take them off. And I think I've got one of the other, let's say the card, it's one of these mech ones, MSI RX6600. Yeah, really good cards, really like these. They run really smooth, efficient, really quiet, really good, keeping the heat down as well. So I'm probably just going to leave them there for now. Now, what I do need to get sorted out is my overclocks. Probably not the most efficient yet. Probably need to reach out to Kiwi Crypto Miner or something. He does really great work on overclocks. So I think the best efficiency you can get on these cards is around 20 mega hash for a watt. And I'm running about between 12, and the best card is around 14. So I think I can do a little bit better there. I'm probably going to reach out to the community and get a little bit of advice on getting these overclocks right. I'll probably do a separate video and just show you how those overclocks are going, and yeah, probably just reach out for some advice. I have tweaked around with some overclocks, but I find the rig gets a little bit unstable, so I've kind of got my overclocks where their current floor runs really smooth, but I definitely feel like I get a bit more mega hash. I think definitely up into the 600 solid, but definitely get the power down a little bit as well. I think the power on these is running high, sort of 40 watts, just on around the 50 watt mark. So yeah, definitely look for some help there with the overclock. Separate video coming on that soon. And yeah, what else has been happening? So just quickly, all running good now. Just want to share my story with that, but really happy with that rig. What else have I been doing? Well, I was actually breaking down this rig the other day, and the whole Zephyr CPU mining kicked off. So I actually had a little bit of a dabble with this. I've got an AMD, I don't know what motherboard this is, but I think it's a B450 or something. It's got a Ryzen 5 1600 GPU in there, so not the most powerful, but I should be able to get it set around, is it 6,000 kilohash or something on there. I got to about 5,000 kilohash, but the temps are going a bit crazy. Look, it was making around 50 cents profit US, about $1 profit a day, but it was actually consuming a lot of time doing the overclocks, so I've actually turned it off for now. I really wanted to focus on getting this up and running. So yeah, I've had a little bit of a dabble with the Zephyr CPU mining, but I'm going to pause it because we have some breaking news. We've got some really exciting things coming in. Down here, check this out guys, we've just got some ICERIVER KS Pros delivered. So from messing around with this to maybe making like $1 a day, I'm going to get these bad boys up and running, and I think looking at current profitability, Aussie dollars could be around $8 to $10 a day. So for me, ROI is going to be getting these bad boys set up. I've got another 2, one's at my other location, and one's I think in my work office at the moment. So I've got 4 of these all together. I'm going to get 2 up and running. To be honest, I'm also, and I'll be really frank, I've put some up for sale as well, because I'm finding, you know, the local demand for these is really high. You know, I've got an order from ICERIVER, so I've got some up posted locally. I thought, look, maybe if someone wants to buy one, you know, I'll make a few $100s profit, but maybe it's probably more a little bit around sharing as well. So I'll be happy getting a couple up and running. So, but look, then again, I'm not desperate to sell them. I might just get all 4 up and running, and I'll be running around 800 mega hash or whatever, just under 1 terahash. Potentially I could get up and running on the KASPA, and that would then probably get me around $40 to $50 a day. So yeah, profits coming back. Really happy to get these. I probably moved a bit late on these ICERIVERs. I probably should have got some in a previous batch, but look, what I will say is originally there was a little bit of skepticism around, would these guys deliver, are they trustworthy? So I've probably played a bit of a balance around waiting to see. And yes, look, I wish I had some of these a few months ago, but again, I want to be safe. I don't want to throw my hard-earned crypto earnings down the drain. So coming a little bit late, but still excited to get these, and I'll do a video soon on setting these up. And just going around my rigs, I'm breaking this rig down. This is an old legacy 6 GPU rig, but I want to, again, I've got more of these 13 GPU motherboards, so I want to really get my farm onto these ones, because it's much easier to manage, I think, 13 GPUs, and again, Hive OS, you pay for more than 5 rigs. So I'd rather have 4 rigs with 13 GPUs for a total of 52 GPUs running than having like a rig of 6. It's not really going to be that efficient in terms of managing the farm. I have a flux rig down here, actually off at the moment. That was giving me some problems last week. Looks like one of my GPUs is failing, so I might need a new riser or something. But again, there are 8 cards on here. I'm actually thinking for my long-term flux rig, I might move that up to a 13 card rig and just get a bit more action on the flux as well. Over here, been mining Dynex now for months on end. Dynex profitability is actually slipping down a little bit, and there are a lot of other algorithms which are more profitable at the moment. So I need to look at my Dynex kind of profitability. I might switch one of these 10 card GPU rigs out and maybe mine another algorithm. There's quite a few new ones popping up, so I need to have a look at them. I have also just taken delayed delivery of 10, I think it's 10 more of these. Let's get a bit closer. These Asus RTX 3070 turbo cards. What I want to do, I think it's going to look really awesome, is I want to get 12 or 13 of those turbo cards all on this rig, and get a 13 GPU mining motherboard like this one over here, over onto this side. So I think that's going to look really dangerous and deadly, and I'll have all the same GPUs on that, and then I'll probably then take all these mixed RTX 3070s and create another 13 GPU rig over there. And I do definitely need to, I think what I'll do, like I said, is I'll keep one rig running on Dynex all the time, and then I'll think about some other options with 2 other rigs with 10 to sort of 12, 13 GPUs in there. Just have a look at mining some other algorithms and see what the profitability is like, and also can share with you guys as well what's happening. So yeah, so that's the update, guys. Been some really good progress there. Wasn't plain sailing, but hopefully I've learned my lessons there. And yeah, mining really smooth over here on the Lithium algorithm. Yeah, it's been a good week, but for me now, really excited to get these unboxed. So watch out. The next session is going to be unboxing this, and then probably followed up by setting up installation and profitability on these KS0 Pros. So yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate all the recent feedback, likes, love, and comments on the channel. So please keep it coming. Please like, subscribe, really helps a lot. Yeah, we'll try and keep content coming to you with some interesting news and updates on the farm. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon.